The World Trade Organization with me now. Thank you, as always,
Thank
DG.
you, Richard.
Lovely to see you, as always. So the trade element, we'll deal with China and the US in a second, but the trade element and the role it's playing in the recovery, when we also know countries are being very protectionist at the same time.
Well, look, you can't recover without trade. We forecast actually that the trade growth will fall from about 3.5% last year to 1% this year. So it's not very good news, but there's a lot of uncertainty around that forecast. And if we have a soft landing from the monetary tightening that we're going through, and if the war in Ukraine should end, there's a big upside. And we could see trade grow at about 4.6%. So
those are very big ifs.
Yes, but we should not lose sight of the possibility of an upside.
So what's your role in encouraging that upside?
Well, you know, our role is to make sure that we don't allow this talk about fragmentation and deglobalization to really take hold. Because if we do, then there's not going to be any upside. The costs to the world economy are enormous. And then trade will, instead of contributing to growth, will actually detract from it.
Yesterday I was doing a panel with aid experts, and they all said one of the things they really want when it comes to aid and supply chains and the problems is, if you like, a carve-out, a special set of rules for aid that's being transported that makes it easier, quicker, cheaper, etc., etc. Why can you not organise that?
We actually have an agreement that all our members have signed called the Trade Facilitation Agreement that came into being in 2017 that sweeps away a lot of the bureaucracy and procedures.
Not enough.
Well, when members implement it, what we need to urge is implement the Trade Facilitation Agreement, and then we don't need anything special for aid. I also want to tell you that...
But you can't get that trade facilitation implemented, whereas you might be able to get everybody to agree to do something for aid.
Well, we actually did agree in June to something specific for humanitarian aid for the World Food Programme. All our members agreed that they will not put any restrictions on the way of humanitarian food purchases. So we have done something positive. But the larger picture is to get this trade facilitation agreement implemented.
Everybody wants trade. Everybody sort of wants some form of bilateral trade, China, the US, for example. But the impediments are more political than economic now, aren't they? It's how much ground are people prepared to give?
Well, you know, there's as you said, there's a lot of geopolitical tension around trade, but we shouldn't overemphasize it.
Right.
The actual volumes of trade, let's say between China and the US, are quite high, as you noted, and between China and the EU, in spite of all the talk. And I just want to repeat what I said about fragmentation and decoupling. Let's be very careful. As I always say, talk is cheap. Let's not make it a reality because of the costs to the global economy.
At the price of the hotel rooms here in Davos, I wouldn't say talk is cheap. Have a pen.
Thank you.
Which colour?
Blue.
Oh, everybody, of course, blue. Come over here. Which at the moment is the biggest single problem that you're worried about? Global recession, inflation, energy, Ukraine.
It's Ukraine, so I tick here. And also polarization and inequality. I have to tick two.
Of course are. I'm not going to disagree with you. But can I have the top of the pen back? Thank you. Thank you very much, Jean. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you,
Thank you very much
Richard.
for taking time tonight to talk to us. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.